What's going on, everybody? Zach Macmillan back with you again. Let's talk mortgage. Had to do a little rearranging for the office here, so hopefully you all don't mind a new setup. We're doing something during the daytime, just trying to do some different things, seeing what you all like. So feel free to give us some feedback on what you all think about the new setup. But here we are during FAMU homecoming week. I had to throw in my FAMU paraphernalia. I am an alumni, so I might as well represent for my school. But wanted to talk to you all a little bit about home equity, what it is, how you can use it to your benefit, and different things as it pertains to home equity. So hope you all stick around. Hope you all learn something, of course. So let's do it. Okay, home equity. So simply put, home equity is the difference between what your home is worth versus what you owe for your home. Now, you know, here on Let's Talk Mortgage, I like simple math. So let's use some simple numbers. So $100,000 home, that's how much your home is worth. $100,000, that's how much it's been appraised for. That's how much you are supposedly know that your home is worth. So we got $100,000. Let's say that you owe $60,000 on your home to pay that back. That's actually a good number to owe back. But anyway, let's say you owe $60,000 on that home. Well, that means that your home equity is $40,000. The difference between what you owe and what your home is worth. So for a $100,000 home, you have $40,000 in equity if you only owe $60,000. So that's what home equity was in the gist of things. Now, home equity is interesting because essentially it is money built up in the value of your home that you can't really touch, use, or leverage without doing some form of transaction. What I mean by transaction is, it's not like you could just walk up to the bank, go to the teller and tell, please, I would like to draw out $50,000 in my home equity. Not quite how it works. So essentially, in order to tap into your home equity, you typically have to use some form of loan program, whether it be a home equity line of credit, a home equity loan, a cash out refinance, something to that extent, or you have to sell your home to reap the profits of the home equity after your transaction is over. So in order to access the equity in your home, it has to come in some form of a transaction per se. So you may ask yourself why you may tap into your home equity. Why would I even want to touch that money that my home is evaluated at between what I owe for my home? So a good reason that you may want to tap into your home equity is maybe you have a business that you want to start. Maybe you want to start a business. Obviously, with you starting a business, you don't have any history of owning a business. So therefore, it's difficult for you to obtain financing to purchase some equipment, get a loan to be able to pay employees, what have you, for starting that business. And therefore, you need access to funds. Well, ironically, you own a home. You have about $100,000 in equity. So you'll say to yourself, you know what? I'll take out $6,000 of that equity to be able to use to help jumpstart my business. So that's one of the reasons why you may tap into your home equity. Another reason why you may want to tap into your home equity is, let's say you have a number of different loans stretched across your credit report. You have a car payment, student loans, furniture financing, some credit card debt, a number of different things that you may have stretched across, and you're paying all these bills separately. So you may want to say to yourself, hey, you know, I'll do a cash out refinance and take the equity out of my home, turn it into some cash so I can pay off those other debts. And then therefore just be making one mortgage payment. And now my car is paid, my student loans are paid, my credit cards are paid off. And so that's another reason why you may tap into your home's equity as a form of a consolidation to a certain extent. A third reason why you may A third reason why you may tap into your home's equity, maybe you want to purchase a new home, or you want to start investing in other property. Well, that's another good reason to tap into your home's equity. Very similar to a cash out refinance. You can do a cash out refinance and take out that home equity and then therefore use that money to purchase an investment property. Or if you're looking to upgrade your home, you're looking to move into a bigger home, you can sell your home, and then therefore that profit that you make from selling that home, use that towards purchasing a bigger home. So that's another reason why you may tap into your home equity also. So I ran through a couple programs very quickly on purpose, but I ran through a couple of programs very quickly, both a home equity line of credit, a home equity loan, a cash out refinance. These are different programs that I use to be able to tap into your home's equity. I can explain those more so in detail. I'm going to touch on very briefly a cash out refinance, and it goes into what I'm talking about in a second. But so a cash out refinance is essentially we are refinancing your home based upon the valuation of your home and how much loan you need to do whatever transaction you need to do. So we'll use that $100,000 for example again. Let's say you have a $100,000 home and you want a loan for $60,000 up against that valuation of your home. So we will take out that $60,000 in equity and give you that in the form of a cash or direct deposit, however you want to outline it, or pay off your debt depending upon how you want to structure it as well. But we will take that $60,000 of equity that you had, convert it into some form of real cash so you can do what you want to with it. And now you have a $60,000 loan to be paid back up against your home. So now, rather than having $100,000 in equity, you only have about $40,000 in equity now because you took out that $60,000 loan when it comes to something like a cash out refinance, okay? The other thing I want you to consider is when it comes to doing stuff like a home equity line of credit, a home equity loan, a cash out refinance, most of these programs don't allow you to tap into the full equity of your home. So going back to $100,000 again, most programs let you max out at about 80% of your home's equity. So for example, with $100,000, we are only going to be able to tap into about $80,000 of that home equity. The reason for that is banks and lending institutions understand that markets fluctuate. And so if we were to let you cash out on 100% of your home's equity, if for whatever reason that your valuation of your home decreased, the market took a turn for the negative, now you have a loan up against your home more than what the home is worth. And now you're upside down in that home. And that's a situation that we want to avoid for from a lending institution as well as for the consumer as well. Nobody likes to be in an upside down situation. So for that reason, when it comes to stuff like cash out refinances and HELOCs, the maximum that most programs or most institutions would allow for something like that is 80% of the loan to value of the equity in your home, okay? Now, the reason why that matters is because, like I mentioned before about how equity can potentially hurt you, if you mistakenly take out too much equity in your home, if that market, like I said, takes a turn for the worse or takes a negative turn, now you took out too much equity in your home, and therefore, when it comes to you wanting to sell the home or refinance the home, now you can't because your loan is worth more. You have more loan on the home than the home is actually worth. Like I said, so you're in an upside down situation. So that's how sometimes home equity can hurt you if you mistakenly take too much out of the equity in your home. Along with that as well, let's say you have a situation where you want to sell your home. So you take out $80,000 in equity of your home. You have that $20,000 left of equity. Like I said, we use that $100,000 example. You get ready to go sell your home. Well, you're thinking to yourself, well, perfect. That $80,000 loan is getting paid off. I'm not have to worry about that because when the sale takes place, it'll sell for $100,000, so we'll be good. Well, what happened from there is you'll think to yourself, that should be fine because I'll still make about $20,000 in the transaction as well. However, you're forgetting the fact that you still have to pay your realtor commissions. You still have to pay your taxes associated with selling your home. So that $20,000 that you thought you may get may actually be a lot less than that if you get back anything from the sell that home. So rather than you getting some money back from the sale, now you're kind of a wash because you took out too much equity, and therefore when it comes to selling that home, now you're not getting anything back. So that's another reason why home equity sometimes can hurt you if you take too much out of it, okay? So you might be asking yourself, how can you find out how much equity your home has? The best way to find out your home's equity is to get an appraisal done. The reason why you want to get an appraisal done as far as accuracy is concerned, because an appraisal would do the true evaluation of comparable sales in your area, evaluating your home as far as square footage, number of rooms, different specs and different features, quality of build for your home in regards to home evaluation. So that would be the truest way to determine how much your home is worth by getting a appraisal done and then comparing that to what you actually own at home. And that will help you decide on what home equity, how much home equity you have for your home, okay? So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Home equity discussed, Of course, I always encourage you to do your own research and own due diligence to see, one, how much home equity that you may have for yourself, whether or not using it will be beneficial for you, and whether or not it would be to your detriment to kind of tap into a certain amount of home equity for yourself as well. Okay, so thank you all so much for listening. I hope you found this information useful. I hope to see y'all back again here on Let's Talk Mortgage. And we'll do this again sometime. I'll talk to y'all later.